Peace, peace. I go by the name of Bonafide Beatz. Thought I'd try a little bit something different than the norm. You know, I usually do a lot of these beat videos, really quiet, just be in the moment. But I figured this is the time. You know, I load the volume is to just explain my process on my beat making and how I do things a little bit differently, with the intent of patience and having patience and just learning as I go to just stay present in the moment, you know, just to get the best byproduct of quality coming out for me as a producer, just to challenge myself in that manner. And I've always been in that kind of mindset. You know, I'm always trying to critique and tweak my game as much as it comes. So I just thought you guys, you know, if you have the time, just sit down with me and just, you know, watch the process and see how patience can play a role in a beat like this, a 10-minute beat that I put together. So I got this loop that we're gonna just run through. Got the sample, and I just went to work from there. So this is the first sequence right there. So I'm just, you know, just playing the back, just trying to see what I could do differently. How can I proceed with this beat? Once I'm in the moment, like, everything else is off for me. You know, there's a lot of distractions out there, but the main goal of this video is just to show that patience is a virtue. You have to stay present, stay in the moment, don't rush the process, and just have fun with it. So I got some out of the gear stuff going on. I got some in the box stuff going on as well. It's like a tug and pull kind of situation when we're making a beat and mixing, because you don't want to get too far lost in the beat process if the mix ain't at least a starting point, and you don't want to get too far lost in the mixing if you don't have a beat to reference to. So I try to generally give myself a nice gain on preamps, some SSL compression to glue the beat together, just to hear a rough draft of what things might sound like, and then come back into the production world and get lost in it. Once I have that starting mixing point, it's fair game from there, you know. So right now I'm just rough drafting, hearing this first sequence, and then I'm playing it back, thinking of you know, okay, I got this beat here. This could be the hook. This could be the verse. How can we transition into something different, keeping the listener engaged at all times throughout the beat? We don't want it to get stale on them. You know, some beats call for that, but this beat, I feel like it can deserve a sequence more or two. So that's what's just going through in my head, you know. And just vibing out, just chilling. And again, the whole idea is just being in my world and in my zone and staying patient. You know, no distractions whatsoever. I was looking for some more drums, but I feel like nah, this does it right there. So I got this sample, and in my head I'm like, okay, I got like a 16 piece here. A 16 piece. Let's see if I can like make that into another sequence or two and run with that. So that's what we're doing right here. I initially had the sample on vinyl. I think it was a botch vinyl, so I got a couple scratches here and there. So I had to do a little bit of rendition from YouTube. It doesn't matter where you get the material from, as long as the source is clear and you can work with it, by all means, man, have a ball with it. I'm just hearing that back. Hopefully YouTube don't pull it down because of the sample, but you know, this is exactly what I'm going for with this beat. So, and again, let me know if this works for y'all guys. You know, I get a lot of requests. You know, people want to hear my process, and I'm honored to even see that people are interested into my workflow. You know, I tend to not have the best way. I'm always feel like I'm a learning student. You know, no matter how much I learn, I'm always in a rabbit hole trying to learn more, seek more. And I'm glad I'm in a space where I can share that knowledge, and let alone YouTube as a whole, as a beat community, can share that back with me. So I greatly appreciate that. So right now, again, staying present, you know, not losing focus. It's a tug and pull process. So when I hear these samples and I hear these things, I try to create these loops in my head, foresee a pattern in my head for this sequence, and that's exactly what it comes down to. So I'm just like trying to figure it out from here, you know, letting the beat come to me. So right now I'm just setting things up, queuing it up. So let's see how I go from here. So if you're wondering what that knob was that I touched, that was literally one of my aux send knobs on the mixer, just to turn off the Elisa's compressor. You know, that mainly just do side chain ducking. So for right now, I just want to make sure I get a authentic beat going on before I process anything. So I think I got something right there. I want to say this is my second sequence. With the MPC or the machine or the SP, when it comes to beat making, it's just a knack, you know, like to take a puzzle and reconstruct that puzzle, hence original sample, and reconstruct it into your own. I always had a feel for that, man. It's so much fun. Like once you get lost in that world, you have to like stay engaged, like, because if you miss a second or you miss that pattern that you had in your head by any kind of distraction, whether it's checking your phone or somebody pulling your way, you're fucked if you forgot. So like, these are the nights I live for, these are the mornings I live for. So when I have a shot to like give it what I got, man, I gotta take advantage of it. So I'm trying to get it right. I got the zero crossing on, the snap on, so that way like no clips, no popping, no hisses come through. Those chops are really crucial. It really authentically, I feel like that authentically can in some cases identify with the producer and their sound and how they chop that record heavily. J Dilla is known for that. Ninth Wonder is known for that. I can go on. DJ Premier, like, it's so fluid that you can't even tell that it's a chop. That's what I try to aim for. Like, you'll listen to that loop and you'll be like, oh, I know he got that from a sample, it's just a loop, but you don't even know that the chops are so clean that you couldn't even tell it was a chop. And that's what I aim for. I just want it to sound so cohesive, and that's what I'm trying to aim for with these beats that I make. So I'm trying to make that cohesive as it need to be. So we're letting that rock out. So you see how there's like a glitch, a little gap there. So I'm trying to get that in the pocket right there. Patience, just as I look back at these videos, I just have to keep telling myself patience. And when I make these videos, it's not much, you know, just to give it out and go, but I'm also like to critique myself in that manner as well, to see what can I do different when I make beats. Was I distracted this time? If so, how can I pull it back on home next time I do these beats, you know? So that's the ideal for it mainly. But what can I say, man? I love it that much, like, to the finest detail. So I got it right there. There we go. That sounds so perfect. So now we keeping that and we running with that. So now peep this though. This is the first sequence. You see how far in the mixer sound? Once I change the output, turn the Elisa's compressor on, now you hear that big difference. You hear that warmth. There's like a little blanket that just came off. And again, to reassure you that this is just a rough mix. I got like 2 or 3 plugins on the chain of itself, outside from the outside gear, and just a SSL compressor from UAD, and that already just filled up the beat depth-wise. So now I'm bringing the drums in, and I'm starting this second sequence right here. When I'm this focused, patience really is a therapeutic thing for me to hone in that moment, taking advantage of that time, because now I'm in a space and time. Time is very limited for me, being a parent, being a husband, you know, working a 9 to 5. So I really have to take heed of the moment that I have to just construct these beats in a timely manner, really showcase this time. So that's what I'm giving up right here. So I think it's the third sequence. But I know for sure, like, I'm more confident than I've ever been as a producer. I feel like I'm more assertive. So when I know it works, it works. When I know it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So that reassurance to myself without any validation is what exactly as a producer that will propel my music. So just like that, it's rocking. So I'm just gonna jot that down for that pattern, I lose it. We got one right there. That's perfect, it's smooth. She's ready to go right there. Sometimes I tend to use quantization. It really depends on the beat. I'm not really like, you know, on one side, but like it just feels in the moment. Like sometimes I need that just to keep me on the time signature. Sometimes I do, but I find myself more and more wanting to challenge myself and try to go without the quantization. You know, I try to set myself with these pillars and goals, you know. But we're gonna get there. Like I said, patience, definitely. Just gotta have patience. God willing, everything will fall into place. So what I constructed with this video was just to show you how you can start with nothing and end up with something. And whether it's a daily reminder for you or it's always a daily reminder for me as I make these music. So I'm really happy with the outcome. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you rocking with me. I hope to, you know, give you more of this content. Let me know how the quality is, the music, the video, the voiceover, everything. You know, I'm just trying to just take it one day at a time and just give you that authenticity of just my work. And I think we're done. Peace.